Hello and welcome to our Member Spotlight podcast, where we highlight inspiring professionals who make a difference through their work and leadership. I'm your host Lyubov, and today I'm delighted to introduce our guest, Natasha Bazilevych, a trainer, public speaking coach, author, and host of the Speak with Power podcast. She's also the author of the book The 4 Speaking Energies: Unlock Your Nature Power as a Speaker. As a former member of Chamber Toastmasters Club, Natasha has always been dedicated to helping others grow. Natasha, it's a real pleasure to have you with us today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lyubov. It was so great to hear. You know what made me smile and almost cry at the beginning? When you said my name in our Ukrainian way. You said like Natasha Bazilevych, because I'm so, or Bazilevych. Like, there are different ways you can say it, because in America or even anywhere in the West, in Europe, it's Bazilevych. It's so much easier for people to say Bazilevych, so that's why I'm used to it. But anyway, yes, absolutely. I'm so happy to be here on this show, because Chamber Toastmasters this is a place where I basically realized that I want to focus on public speaking, and that's what I want to narrow down my business and my help, and that's probably where even mainly my journey began, even though it became way long ago, much earlier when I was a child, but still I think my main professional journey specifically in helping people with public speaking started with Chamber Toastmasters.
Okay, thank you. And you have dedicated your career to helping people to communicate with clarity and confidence. So could you tell us, please, what first inspired your profession for public speaking and how your journey in this field began?
Yes, okay, so let's say we go way back, and I was 17 years old, and I was giving a speech, like a valedictorian speech on the stage when everyone was graduating, and I was standing there and looking in the eyes of my friends, of other students, of our parents, of the teachers. And when I was speaking, of course there was like a written speech, I can't remember, I think someone wrote it for me, and I was just presenting it, and I was so passionate. I loved doing it. I loved the spotlight. And then I was looking into people's eyes, and when I saw that spark and I felt that power, that, okay, I am here and my words can actually inspire other people. That, I think, was a powerful moment when I realized I want that again. I want to keep doing it. It's like when you do something and you enjoy it and then it works, then you get the dopamine, that kind of gets you hooked. So that is, I think, when I wanted to keep going. But when I started teaching, doing different mini trainings, I created my business and I started teaching business English also. I saw that mostly people come to me with the questions about presentations, about public speaking. There were different topics I was presenting and I was teaching, but presentation skills and public speaking was the biggest pain point or desire of people that I worked with to develop and to grow in. So that's why I saw it's like it was the combination of my passion, something I loved doing, and what people needed put together. It became my focus and something that I'm helping people with.
That's such powerful stories and inspiring to hear how your early experience from 17 years old shaped your mission to help others find their voices. It's incredible. And as I know, you are a coach and training people from diverse professional backgrounds, yeah? And what are some of the most frequent challenges or fears people encounter when it comes to public speaking? It could be stage or meeting or even everyday communication. And how do you guide them to overcome all of these barriers?
Yes, there are so many, and it really depends on how to speak. I'm too nervous, or I get this anxiety. That's what people say, but it's big. It's too broad. So if I really narrow it down, I would say one of the biggest maybe reasons of why people have that nervousness is this fear of failure and fear of not sounding smart and feeling that, okay, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to speak up, like even in a meeting, because someone has already said that, or people know it. It's not something new what I'm thinking right now. And if I share it, people will think that's really dumb. No, I'm not going to say it. There are a lot of people who would come to me and they're introverted, they're quieter. Maybe this is a tech guy. Maybe this is a person in IT. Maybe it's someone, and they're really smart. Usually, those introverts, they are internal thinkers. So they don't speak that much, but they think. They're usually very deep thinkers. And so a lot of times I've seen people who would have these thoughts, and a lot of times they are also intuitive. So they would want to share something that could help the solution, could help solve a problem. And yet they don't, because they think that either other people already have thought about that, or that it's not really that smart, and they are afraid to look dumb in front of other people. So there are several ways of how you can tackle that, of what to do with this kind of problem. Of course, it could be way deeper. So sometimes we really need, all of us, we need therapy. So if anyone who is listening, and if you don't have a therapist, if you don't have a life coach, if you don't have someone, a professional who can help you really reflect and can help you deal with some of your internal problems, because we all have traumas, everyone. There's basically no one right now in our era, there's no one who was born without any kind of family problems or any sort of trauma. It doesn't even have to be anything big. It could be just tiny, small. When parents are busy at work and they don't give us enough attention, that's already creating certain traumas in our life. So that creates this fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of looking dumb and not belonging. Basically, there's a fear of rejection. It's like, okay, I'll look dumb, they will not accept me, so they'll reject me as a professional. And first of all, of course, it could be deeper. You could go into therapy. But some of the simple things that you can do is you can practice it in more safe environments. For example, let's say someone who is introverted and they don't really speak up a lot. They probably don't speak up even in their groups of friends. So maybe it's a group of 3 friends, and this person doesn't always share their opinion. Maybe they always would go with the opinion of their friend who says, let's go to that restaurant, or let's go to this movie, or no, I don't want that club, we're going to go to that other club. So then you have to start practicing it in the group of your friends and start speaking up. So share your opinion, say it. You think that it's dumb, you think that they might not like it, that's okay. Okay, this is safe, these are your friends. If they reject you, it doesn't mean that they will stop being your friend. They will just say no. But getting enough of those no's will build this muscle and will help us understand that, I didn't die. They didn't abandon me completely. They just said no. They just didn't want to go to my favorite restaurant. So what? That's fine. After a while, you start feeling more confident. And after a while, these no's will become it's a brick to success. It's something that builds our muscle, it builds our confidence, and it helps us then speak up. So you will welcome those no's because you will think, oh, okay, I got that one more rejection. Yes, so it helps me be more, not numb, I was going to say numb, but it helps me be more accepting of other rejections, so I won't be so hurt by them or so wounded by them. One thing that I did in the summer is I started a challenge for myself called 100 Days of Embarrassment. Based on a book. Yeah, it's based on a book called 100 Days of Rejection. I was actually suggested by my therapist. He just suggested one thing. I decided to do 100. I didn't do 100. I did 30. It's just because I haven't gotten, I just started finishing my book, so I needed to step away from that. But what the guy did, and people can find that, you can Google it, you can go on YouTube and you can put 100 Days of Rejection and you can see what he was doing. So every day he would do something that would make people reject him, and he would videotape that and actually go through it, and then that built confidence for him. That was like, it's like a rejection is not a big deal. A rejection is divine protection, you know how they say. So rejection is good for you because it means that you don't really need that, you just keep going, or it helps you grow. And that's what I did, and that's what you guys can do. You can also try it. But in any case, try safe environments and try speaking up there. That's one of the ways to handle that problem.
that's wonderful. Your approach clearly combination both practical tools and emotional awarenesses, which make such a difference in personal growth. And about rejection, I heard in one podcast, like rejection, it's not like some failure, it's just to new direction for something new or your new step what you want to do. And my last question, your book, I already booked through Kindle. I saw
you did.
I saw your post on LinkedIn and I decided I need to buy it. So I'm your new maybe fan, so I'm just installed to read and maybe I send you some my feedback and emotion about it. But
absolutely.
The Four Speaking Energies book sounds very fascinating, and actually what inspired you to write it, and what core message or transformation do you hope readers will take away from it?
Yes, so what inspired me? That's very easy. There are so many people, like I already said, who are afraid to speak, who maybe are introverted or maybe they are extroverted, but they for some reason got this into their head that a speaker, a successful speaker, a great speaker is someone who is maybe like Tony Robbins or like Martin Luther King. Yeah, those are great speakers, but you don't have to be like that. Not everyone needs to be like those speakers who you see on the stage, because there are some others who you don't see, but they are so impactful, they're so strong, they're so powerful, and yet their speaking style is different. And like for example, we know Brené Brown, we know Steve Jobs, they are different. We know Winston Churchill, he's a great speaker. He's totally different from Martin Luther King or from Tony Robbins. Some people, they try to copy, and yet when their personality is different, then it sounds fake. And I've seen that with my clients, with some of my friends. So what I am talking about here in this book, and why this idea came to me, and I was bearing that idea, carrying it, and then finally it was born, is that we all have a different style of speaking. I'm a big personality style nerd, so that kind of love for personality tests and, understanding our character, our personalities, it was transferred into also speaking styles, because it's all connected. And there are four main tendencies. If you go back to Hippocrates and four temperaments, choleric, sanguine, and phlegmatic and melancholic. If you go to DISC, if you go to MBTI, everything is based on these main core four behavioral tendencies. The same is my four speaking energies. There are four styles, and if someone is quiet, it means that they are. So in my book, I have these four metaphors. I should have said it's air, water, fire, and earth. So for example, someone like I'm fire. You can see I am fast, I'm emotional, I'm energetic. But I have friends who are quieter, who speak slower, who speak with more calm and peace, and that is really powerful. I rarely speak like that. That's just not me. But some people, that's how they talk. Some people are earth, like Winston Churchill, and they talk also with pauses, but it's heavy. Some people are water. They are going. It goes like a flow, like something that is like a melody, like a song. So it's really different, and it's important for us to embrace our style, embrace who we are, because that's when you will be more confident. That's when you'll be more persuasive and more courageous. When you understand who you are. If people are trying to speak like someone else, they will feel that they're fake, and people around them will hear them and feel that they're fake. So that's why it's so important to define. That's why I'm teaching in the book. Define your style, develop it, and then demonstrate it with confidence and with persuasion.
When I saw your post in LinkedIn, when you discuss about what cover choose, and all of this cover actually caught me this four elements, yeah. And I thought, it's a really nice metamorphose about this and how this could be connected with speaker. So this is one of the reason I like to read this book as well. So thank you for this. And
can I say one thing while we're on this? So in the Kindle version, there is a link to the test. And we're going to update it because there is some problem with it already. If anybody gets a Kindle version and you would like a test, just let me know. I'll send you the link. Because in the digital version, it just doesn't work right now. So there is a little problem. And the same for you. So I will send it to you. Remind me if I don't, but I'll send it to you in the LinkedIn, the right test. When you take it, it will calculate your style and you will know what your style is. In all the paper books, there is just the URL, so people can look at the URL and just put it into the computer. But anybody can message me, and I will just send you the link.
Okay, perfect. I'm curious about this. Okay, I will try it.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So, Natasha, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your story. Your dedication to helping others speak with confidence, purpose, and authentic is truly inspiring. So thank you for tuning into this Member Spotlight podcast. Subscribe to our podcast, and until next time, stay inspired and keeping you using your voice for impact. Thank you and
thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.